Hello guys, it's Shrimp time here, and today we're gonna talk about another important topic. Today we're gonna discuss the Ada Amazonia soil, and we will answer the question if this soil is for the beginners. I know that many of you and many of good breeders all around the world use this soil and they like it. They achieve very good results with this soil, sorry, and they recommend it for another shrimp keepers to use it. But for me, and I have to speak loud about this, I think that this soil isn't as good for the beginners. At the beginning, I must say that this soil isn't strictly dedicated for breeding shrimps. We have to remember that this soil is for plants and it got a lot of fertilizers. Depends on if it's Ada 1, Ada Amazonia 2 or Ada Light. The amount of fertilizers is different, but all of them have some amount of fertilizers. So what does it mean? It means that the soil got some substances that aren't good for breeding shrimps, that aren't good for our shrimps, and that can make shrimps die. Yeah, can cause the mortality among the shrimps and kill all the shrimps that you have put in this tank. How do breeders handle with this problem? It's by flushing the soil. Let's call it that way. And what does it mean? It means that the soil is put into fresh water many times, or opposite, the fresh water due to the water changes is many times put to the tank with Ada Amazonia. What does it cause? It causes that the fertilizers that we got in the soil are taken away with the water. And due to that, we got, with each water change, we got less and less of those fertilizers. Some people even use RO water, the reverse osmosis water, to make this process more efficient. But this is the way that the tank is prepared by advanced shrimp keepers. We have to remember that many of people that keep shrimps, they got one tank, two tanks. The tank is put in different spot in the house, and they keep the tank not only to breed the shrimps and to be happy with that, to watch the shrimps, but they often want some visitors, some of their family, to see those shrimps, to be amused by those shrimps. And as you can see on this tank that I show you in this movie, it isn't so attractive, yeah, during its aging phase, yeah, maturing, or let's call it, during its maturing phase. It got a lot of, oh my god, I forgot the word. In Polish, it's got a lot of unwanted plants. Let me check the word in English. Look, a lot of algae. Oh my god, it's embarrassing. But okay, it's got a lot of algae, and it doesn't look so attractive. This is the algae is caused due to the fact that we got those fertilizers that I said, and it enhance the development of algae. Some of keepers will say that it's good. Yeah, the algae is taking the fertilizers from the tank and the shrimps are eating algae, so everything is great. Yeah, we can say it might be okay if we get a thin layer of the soil. Because with thin layer of the soil, we won't accumulate so much of those fertilizers, and the water will have no problem to take them out. But if you want to have tank with thicker layer of the soil, you want to do some aquascaping, you want to make some three-dimensional look in your tank, and you use higher amount of soil, you can have very big problems with taking those fertilizers from your tank. And even after a month with some water changes, you can have mortality among your shrimps. And for me, this is the reason that I cannot agree that Ada Amazonia, even though there's a big survivability in the tank if we mature it in the right way, I think the Ada Amazonia isn't a good soil for the beginners. I think it's a soil for more advanced shrimp keepers. I can say that in opposite to Ada Amazonia, if I use other type of soils, for example, Benibachi soil, I can put shrimps in the tank after 1-2 weeks. We have to remember one thing, that the beginner will be urgent. He will want to put the life in the tank as fast as he can. I can say that even I had those problems that I want to put life in my unmature tank. For example, in my saltwater tank. My first saltwater tank, I was maturing it for about 2 weeks. Yeah, it was very short amount of time to mature a saltwater aquarium. Many people advise to do that for 3 months before you put the life in the tank. So for me, you can use as a beginner Ada Amazonia, but only in the special circumstances. Only if you have very thin layer of the soil, or if you are using underground filtration that will take those fertilizers from the soil, that will make the soil to work hard all the day, 24 hours a day. And if you make a lot of water changes, and you will wait long enough. But if you are using underground filtration, if you are doing all those steps that I'm talking about, I think that you're not a beginner. Yeah, you're at least a bit advanced shrimp keeper, and this is not your first tank, or this is not your first aquarium. Maybe you kept fishes or kept some plants in your aquarium, and you want to have something more. And if you are that person, you can use Ada Amazonia. Yeah, 1, 2, light, depends on your choice and on the amount of work you will do to mature that tank. But if you are straight beginner, this is your first aquarium, first tank, you are using ready to go shrimp tank set like from Aquael, you're using hang-on filter, you do not use undergravel filtration. For me, you shouldn't be using Ada Amazonia. You should go for a easier type of soil, even due to the fact that, for example, on different type of soil, you will have a bit or a quite higher mortality of your young shrimps. It will be even though easier for you to keep tank on this easier active soil. Yeah. If you want to have very good results, you have to dedicate some work, you have to dedicate the patience, and you can use Amazonia, but do that for a second, third, fourth tank that you are making, that you know that you will like to have more shrimp tanks, that the disease is advancing, and after that you can use the more difficult soil. But for now, for the start, for me, the straight beginner, use rather different, easier type of soil. For example, Benibachi, or try to use very thin layer of soil. And this is how you can try to start your first tank with Ada Amazonia. And this is all about this topic. Let me know in comments what are your thoughts about this topic. I would love to hear them. And let me know if you would like to have some type of testing the different kinds of soil, maybe looking for something good for beginners, for shrimp keepers, that you would like to have it done on the channel. If yes, please write the type of soil you want me to test. I will try to acquire this type of soil, look the way that the producent of this soil cells to start the tank, and I will try to do it exactly that it is on the manual. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for your time. See you in the next movie.